Okay, combatives class is starting. If you're not here for combatives class, please make your way off the mats. Combative students, please pair up. Begin your 10-minute review, starting with your most recent techniques first. Remember to go slow, ask each other questions. If you need any help, one of the assistant instructors will come by and help you out. If today's your first class, welcome. Please join me over here in this corner of the mat for the 10-minute intro. And with that, let's get started. 1, 2. Hi, I'm Mr. Young. Your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, nice to meet you. I'm so glad you're here. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Sarah, tell me, what brings you in here today?
Facebook.
Facebook. Saw one of our ads on
Yes.
Facebook? Awesome. Do you live around here?
Yeah, just down the street.
Awesome. Great. Any prior martial arts experience at all?
No.
None at all? Okay. Have you ever been to GracieUniversity.com?
No.
Has anybody ever taught you the trap and roll escape?
No.
Awesome. So what I'd like to do while the rest of the class is reviewing their most recent techniques, show you one technique that really exemplifies what Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is all about. Does that sound like fun?
Yep.
Great. All right. I'm going to have you lay down, feet this direction, head that direction. And I'd like to do a step over you here and put my legs on either side. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Great. So we're going to start here. If at any time you're uncomfortable, just let me know and we'll make those adjustments, okay? So a lot of times when we get into a fight, two people come together, scuffle ensues, and a lot of times, most often, that fight ends up on the ground. If our opponent is bigger and stronger than we are, we end up on the bottom of that fight in this position here. The problem with this position is, if you make a fist for me, that you're not able to reach me, but I'm very easily able to reach you, okay? So if we just talk about it, just using your words, tell me, what would you think about doing to get out of a situation like this position?
Trying to roll around.
Roll around.
Push.
Yeah. Push, shove.
Punch.
Yeah, let's come back to that. We'll come back to that in a second. Anything else?
Punch. Bite.
Punches, strikes.
Kick.
Yeah, a lot of times dirty fighting techniques come up as well. We've got groin strikes and eye gouges, biting, that kind of thing. This is a street fight. There are no rules. The problem with those strategies is that they're not likely to incapacitate our attacker. Instead, they're more likely to enrage them. And when we're in this non-dominant position, we probably don't want to invite even more striking.
Right.
Okay? So you did mention pushing us off. So let's try a little experiment here. If I just grab you like this, and just using 50% strength, show me, what would you do to get out of this position here? Okay?
Push.
And push. Yes. Push on the legs and the arms. Very good. 8 more seconds, Sarah. And freeze. Remember when I said being face up on the bottom of the fight was the worst position?
Yes.
Actually, being face down in the bottom of the fight is even worse.
Oh.
You expose the back of your head, the back of our necks. You expose our necks for chokes. And even worse, we can't see any punches that are coming, so we're not able to defend ourselves at all. So let's go back. We'll put 3 more seconds on the clock without making the situation any worse. And using 100% strength, go ahead and try to get out now. Whenever you're ready. Yes, push. Nice. Very good, Sarah. Very good. You're almost out. 2 more seconds. 1 more second. And time. Okay. Let's go back. Let me show you what we would do. Okay? If I can have you put your legs on either side of me here. Call this the mount position. What I want you to do is you can grab me anywhere you like. Just don't let me sit up, okay? Grab as tight as you can. Just don't let me sit up. Okay. What happened? Guess what? I cheated. I know jiu-jitsu, Sarah. Let's go back. I'll show you what I did. So when I was in your position and you were trying to shove me off, I had my arms free, so I was very easily able to catch myself when you pushed me off in one direction or the other.
Yeah.
What I was able to do was trap your wrist. I was able to trap the elbow on the same side. And the real magic was down here. I was able to trap your foot all along the same side here. And now all I have to do is simply bridge my hips in the air, roll over my shoulder, okay? So all I want you to do, Sarah, is just resist 100%. Whatever you do, don't let me roll you over, okay? Very good. Very nice. Good try. Let's go back. I'll show you how I did that. Okay, I'm going to have your feet this direction, head that direction. So this technique works if our attacker is trying to hold us down, maybe they're trying to choke us. If our attacker was maybe trying to throw punches or had us in a headlock, that would be a different move, and we would show that in a future class, okay? So let me show you what I did. When you were holding me down here, I was able to grab your wrist with this hand here. There's two ways we can grab. The first one is the C grip, which you're doing here, which is the thumb and the finger together. The weakness of the C grip is the opening in this direction, which is actually the same direction that I want to go if you pushed me there. So if you hold strength, hold as tight as you can, Sarah, as tight, don't let me get out, okay? Just hold super strong, and then all I have to do is come out that opening. We can fix that very easily. Bring this thumb up on top. We're going to curl the fingers over my arm this way. Hold it tight to your chest here and bring this elbow down.
Okay.
The weakness to this, though, is that I can still escape out the back door. So if we go back, we can block that with this hand. Act like you're going to hold a glass of water here. Yes, and now curl that around and grab the back of my tricep. Very good. Bring your elbow in tight. This elbow is still in tight. And do you remember the magic down here? Yes, trap the foot on the same side that the direction that you're going. And go ahead and lean that knee out that direction as well. Very good. This leg is going to come up in between our legs as close to your bottom as you can. And whenever you're ready, you're going to bridge your hips up as high as you can and roll over your shoulder. And there's no way that I can stop you. Whenever you're ready. Yes. Perfect. And from this position, you have the option to get up and go away, disengage, stay safe. Or you're able to step back over into mount. And now you're in that dominant position where, make a fist, you're able to reach me, but I'm not able to reach you. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's talk about that. Okay, Sarah, in terms of energy expenditure, which one of those two strategies work best for you? With the strength, trying to push me off, or the technique where we use technique to roll them over?
It was easier to use the technique.
Easier to use more energy the first time.
Yeah.
You can see a picture of Elio Gracie up there on the wall there. He was the inventor of, Grandmaster Elio Gracie, was the inventor of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
He's skinny.
He was only 140 pounds. And so he wasn't able to rely on that strength strategy. He had to rely on technique. And so he really perfected the technique in all of jiu-jitsu, and he was able, and with that was able to defeat opponents over twice his size.
Wow.
So in the first option, which was that strength strategy, if we are against a bigger, heavier, stronger, more athletic opponent, and we both go at it with all of our strength, 100%, and we're both running out of energy, we're likely to run out of energy first, and then our attacker is very easily able to defeat us.
Okay.
Versus the Gracie strategy is that we perfect the techniques that cause that bigger, heavier, stronger, more athletic opponent to exhaust their energy while we preserve our own. And soon they're going to run out of energy, and then we can finish the fight very simply with a joint lock or a choke.
Okay.
So the question on everybody's mind then is, how many techniques are required to be able to defend ourselves? And you might be surprised to know there's only 36 techniques. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu actually consists of over 600 techniques.
Okay.
The Gracies reviewed past fights, and what they found was in all of those fights, there was 36 techniques that came up more often and with more success than any of the other 600 techniques combined. And with that, the Gracies realized that if they focus new students on just those 36 techniques, that they can train them to be able to defend themselves even faster. And that's how the Gracie Combatives system was born.
Cool.
So as we can see here, this is a card that would track your progress. And you can see those 36 techniques are broken up into 23 different classes. And the great thing about these classes is they can be done in any order. There's no experience necessary to complete any of the classes. Each month we print out a calendar, and it's also online. In that calendar over on the side, it shows each one of those 23 classes and which technique is taught in that class.
Okay.
And then on the calendar, it's going to show which day of the month that class is going to be taught, so you can prepare for future classes or review a past class.
All right.
So again, this is how we track all of your progress. Each time you take one of these classes in any order, we put an X next to that class. We also put an X in the stripe column. After you get 20 cumulative classes, you get a stripe on your belt. And what those stripes indicate to other students is how much experience you have. So that way, if you have a question and you see somebody that has maybe 3 stripes on their belt, you know they've seen at least 60 classes, and they'd be a good resource to ask those questions to.
Awesome.
Once you've seen every one of the classes at least one time, you have an X in that column, you're going to have a pretty good idea of what the Gracie Combative System is all about. Once you've seen all of the classes 2 times, you have 2 check marks, then you're going to qualify for the Reflex Development Program. In that Reflex Development Program is where you're going to combine all of these techniques in every possible combination and learn those reflexes. Once you have 3 X's next to every one of the classes, you've got all 4 stripes, and you've seen several of the Reflex Development classes, then you're likely ready to test for the Combatives Belt. And once you earn that Combatives Belt, you move on to the Master Cycle Program, which is where you learn the rest of those 600 plus techniques. Okay. So what a lot of gyms like you to do is come take a free class and sign up at the end of the class.
Yeah.
What we prefer is that you really take your time and you make sure that it's a good fit. Okay. So we offer a 10-day trial. You can take as many classes you like in between there. Make sure that the timing works and the travel's okay. And if for any reason after those 10 days or any time during those 10 days, so in that 10-day trial, you get we're going to print a card with your name on it. And we also give you a free gi. Okay, and come train as often as you like for those 10 days. If you don't like the Gracie Combatives program for whatever reason, if it doesn't work with your schedule or travel, you don't like my haircut, simply return the free gi so we don't waste a brand new uniform, and there's absolutely no charge at all. If you do love the program, after the 10 days, we get you signed up for which one of the Gracie Combatives programs works best for your calendar. And you're going to get access to gracieuniversity.com. And in gracieuniversity.com has the whole video library and curriculum of the Gracie Combative System. And so you're able to review videos of each one of these techniques done by the Gracies. And so you can review before class or after class, that kind of thing. It's a great resource. Also, being a member of this gym, the Certified Training Center, gives you access to over 150 certified training centers across the globe.
Wow.
So if you are traveling for business or for pleasure and you notice that there's a certified training center in your area and the schedule works and you'd like to go take a class, you're able to take a class absolutely free. All we ask is when you come back, you let us know which class you took so we can mark it on your card and make sure you get credit for it. Okay? Yeah. So what I'd like to do here is I'm about to call time, but I'd like to you to notice what's happening behind you here. Is that you see the students that are reviewing, but they're really working together instead of against each other.
Yeah.
They're working together to learn the moves and defeat an invisible enemy that is not in the building. So they're not trying to one-up each other. They're not trying to compete against each other.
Okay.
They are encouraged to ask questions throughout the entire class, as are you. Do you have any questions right now?
No.
No? Great. If you do at any time, simply raise your hand and we want to answer that question, and you might notice a missing detail that I forgot to add, so you might save our presentation. So please encourage to ask questions all the time.
All right.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to call time. Everybody's going to line up on the wall. I'm going to come by and collect the cards. And then I'm going to teach the first technique.
Okay.
After teaching that technique, I'm going to get you paired up with the perfect partner who's already seen this move before. I'm going to be here every step of the way, so if you have any questions, simply ask. Do you have any questions now?
Nope.
Okay, well, I'm going to call time now, and we're going to get started, okay?
All right.
Ready?
Thank you.
And time! Everybody line up on the wall with the cards, please. Thank you for entering.